Hello guys, so today I'll be going even further on how humanity can become gods. I already made a video that we all let all consciousness our gods. Okay? Consciousness is on the evolution. Okay, each incarnation of a conscious being which all creatures have consciousness, down from your very back down from a bacteria, from a single celled organism. I'm talking about ones that do not make up a multicellular organism. I'm talking about, like, the water bell and the amoeba, those examples, or most bacteria. Yeah, they were on the simplest level, of course, but I already explained that in other videos. Yes, your consciousness is immortal; it never dies. Consciousness cannot be created or destroyed, because creating consciousness is already created. The consciousness was created, of course, by the universe itself. Your consciousness is eternal. No, essentially, it is here forever. When a creature dies, including all of us, our consciousness goes on to another dimension, another realm that science cannot access. Again, not everybody not everybody experiences this, and I bet there is probably a reason why not everybody experiences this, or else it would ruin the whole point of your evolution. Your evolution is every incarnation you have, okay, basically. But soon humanity is about to evolve into a god. Yep, a god. And most people under the age of 40 will be able to become God themselves. Of course, if they manage to survive the next 20 years. If AI, of course, doesn't wipe us out, or nuclear war, or an asteroid, or, Yellowstone, doesn't give us the middle finger and says, you know what, humans, your time is done, basically. Or, basically all that stuff like that. Yeah. There. If humanity succeeds and overcomes all the obstacles over the next 40 years, again, there are many people who have visions of Earth having eternal peace. So it's very likely this is going to happen. And that most of us will be a part of this eternal peaceful Earth. Forever. Yep, forever. Humanity will soon is starting to wake up to this. Slowly by slowly. Okay? There are some people come here to help, essentially. To help us guide, okay, to this world. Throughout this world. The physical realm, we technically have two homes. We have the astral home and the physical home. Of course, your life is essentially, it's kind of like going on a vacation, okay? The physical realm can be both good or bad, okay? Depending on how your life is. So, someone could have a completely perfect life in the physical realm, which is essentially where we are now. The physical realm is essentially an imperfect place, because all creatures are put into the physical realm to make it better. Okay, but humanity has done very little to make it better. Over the past century, humanity has made the physical realm far worse than anyone wants. There's a reason why a lot of people don't want to return back to the physical realm. It is because the physical realm is a bad place to live. It is a horrible place to live to many people who have experienced the non-physical realm, who have been to it. That's the reason why 80% of people are sealed off from seeing this other realm, because they might literally commit suicide to escape the physical realm. And the reason why physical realm, Doris Connan called Earth Hell, is because humanity is making Earth Hell. Humanity can make Earth heaven, okay? But humanity, of course, they're more worried about their money and, of course, other things that they deem the most important. They deem stuff like war, violence, and other horrible things good. Okay? You know, that's why, for example, there's a lot of war in Africa and the Middle East. A lot of humanity does not still understand. They still have their heads in the sand about this. Okay? They don't understand that humanity, once they realize that through technology, they can master and understand this realm completely. Technology, what do you mean by humans are gods? Okay, first of all, our gods is our intelligence. Our intelligence, and, you know, most of the visionaries knew this and understood the truth. Okay, the true nature of the universe. Okay, the only God is, of course, the universe. The universe is the only God. Okay, but we are also the gods. But we don't realize that because we are too busy, stuck in, of course, the Dark Ages, where we believe in the communist materialistic worldview, which, of course, is, you know, basically, you know, they deny anything spiritual. Around 500 to 700 million people believe in this materialistic view of the world worldwide. This materialistic view is more prevalent in Western countries than Eastern countries. For example, if you look at most countries in most Latin American countries and most places in Africa, and especially most Muslim countries, do not believe in materialism. It's mostly the Western world and communist countries that believe in the materialist view of the world. Again, most people 65% of the world population has experienced an out-of-body experience once in a lifetime. Meaning that those people know that there is more than just this avatar, this body, this character that we create to inhabit this. You know, you can describe this world as many ways as you want. It can be described as a celled reality, a simulation, a hologram. Okay, all those theories are actually intertextual for each other because we are the ones creating the reality. Humanity are the ones creating this reality. And once humans realize that we are the ones that create reality, because most consciousness can create reality and go anywhere they want, even after they die. Okay, most consciousness can create whatever reality they want, and live whatever reality they want until the next incarnation, until they're ready for the next incarnation, and then they can basically create, the dream reality. But we're always coming back to the physical. So, because again, most spirits and souls want more. They want to grow and evolve. Okay, your soul is basically the collection, is a greater mind that all beings possess. Okay, we go back to this greater mind when we die. This greater mind is a collection of lives. Okay, most humans is a collection of intelligent lives. Intelligent lives. That's why when you see past life regressions or life between life regressions, it's always humans or other intelligent life forms. Again, some people had regressions of being on alien planets. Of course, these alien planets, came to Earth. Came to this planet. Why? Because Earth has a lot of potential. It does. Humanity as a race has a lot of potential. But we're holding back the potential of humanity through materialism. Through the rise of mainstream religion. The rise of mainstream religion is when you die, you basically get punished for your actions for eternity. Again, especially those who do not believe in it. That's basically mainstream religion. And that's why I never subscribe to mainstream religion. What kind of God would punish someone for their actions? Judgment is only stuff that humans do. Humans judge stuff. Okay, it's stuff that humanity does. Okay, humanity is the ones that judge Okay, not God. Okay, God is a loving and all-caring being. That's all he is. He's a loving, all-caring being. He loves each and every soul equally, regardless of the animal, not animal, bacteria, single-celled organism, basically alien. Basically alien means, of course, creatures from another planet. It turns out life forms from another planet. But there. So, but now since we described what the true nature of humanity is, now I'm going to describe how you can become a god. Okay. Number 1, survive until biological immortality is invented. Biological immortality is coming very, very, very soon. Okay, much sooner than you think. Ray Kurzweil says 2029. Aubrey de Grey, 2046. Humanity is starting to wake up that they are not bound by nature, and that they can be more than just a single creature that is bound by 80 years of time. Which 80 years is nothing compared to eternity. That's the reason why humanity believes it made up stuff like the Big Bang and the heat death of the universe. And stuff like, that eventually the universe will use up all energy, which makes no sense because it's just. But again, that's of course, because of course humanity can't comprehend infinity, can't comprehend eternity, okay, can't comprehend the eternal nature of the universe. The universe was always there and always has been. The real start of the universe is when your consciousness was created by the universal collective, which guides you throughout all of your lives. You likely have been living for millions, billions, and trillions of years. You just do not remember them. You don't need to remember all of your lives as animals or bacteria. You don't need to. It is completely, utterly pointless. Okay? And the next step is to break the chain of evolution altogether. Humanity has always been doing this for the past 200,000 years. If humanity did not evolve, we'd still be hunter-gatherers in a forest, and we'll never get anywhere out there. And it'll be no different from any animal. No. We'll be no different than any other animal. We'll just be wandering around in the woods, hunting deer all day. But we don't. We are in houses. We have buildings. We have cities. Okay? Mankind was not a natural being for the past centuries. Okay? Humanity was not a natural being for the past centuries. Okay? No, not for centuries, millennia. Okay? Ever since humanity's discovered farming and homes, they have not been a natural being. Humanity is in every single climate ever. Okay, besides the oceans. Okay? Humanity is a very adaptable species. We have adapted ourselves to so many different climates. From the Amazon rainforest to the Siberian steppes. To the Siberian tundra, to the Tibetan steppes, to the Sahara Desert, and even the polar north of Greenland. Humanity is a very, very, very adaptable species. That is because we have been evolving to become adaptable. We already have been very, 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 because a species does not evolve to become weak. It does not. Okay, weak species, their plans never go past, and they always disappear off the face of the planet. But intelligent species know that are finally starting out, why do we exist? What is our purpose? They're starting to question the natural laws. And eventually, a species that with massive technological growth will start to understand the secrets of the universe. The secrets of the universe as well. But of course, there are things that are going to hold back an intelligent species. The idea of materialism is something that's going to hold back an intelligent species. The idea of all this. because there's a lot of things that humans do not know. And of course, the materialist view of society will not want to investigate anything paranormal because, of course, it's paranormal. Of course, that does not deserve to be investigated because it does not go against, their norms. Even though it has been proven there's other dimensions, even though they have found proof and evidence that consciousness survives death, but of course they refuse to listen to all that evidence and still like to say the same exact things over and over again. They like to ignore the fact that humans can actually communicate with spirits, even talk to them as well. But of course, humanity refuses to still accept this, and this is why we are in the Dark Ages. All intelligent races eventually accept the spirit and nature of the universe. What kind of universe would basically make us not exist? Okay, it makes no sense. Okay, makes no sense. And humanity's starting to finally wake up to the truths of the universe. The truths of the universe. Okay, that's how humanity can become a type 1 civilization. It's not by conquering the universe like they say it is. It is fundamentally understanding our universe and understanding how the universe works. But if humanity still just stays in the mud and has their heads in the sand or the earth from eye view, they will never understand the true nature of humanity. They never understand that humanity are the true gods. Okay, but what happens afterwards? Well, of course, breaking the cycle of life and death is something that all civilizations are gonna do. Eventually, they'll figure out how to not die. Okay, again, but it's inevitable. Okay, again, that is your average deafest conflict. But it is basically the same thing. Okay, human race is about survival. And I believe eventually humans will be able to transfer between both realms. Yep, both realms. So if they want to be in the physical realm for like 10 hours, they can. But if they want to be in the spiritual realm to be able to convert with spirits, and again, humanity already can communicate with spirits, but you have to have a lot of professional training. Eventually we'll have technology in the future, probably by 2200, where people will be able to understand, be able to travel, probably freely, through both realms. Essentially. There. Again, this could be good. This will mean that humanity will finally realize that they are gods. Humanity will be able to create their own planets, create basically simulations that are essentially real, because humanity has finally found the godhood. Humanity is immortal. They can take any form they want. Death will essentially be it already is an illusion, but will be a scientific illusion then, because science will basically make you take any body you want, kind of like an altered carbon. That's so, which is the closest to it. But mankind will, again, they're saying that humanity shouldn't be playing God, but they don't understand that we are the gods. That's the whole problem of materialism. Materialism does not understand that humanity is the gods, okay? You can't play God if you're already our God. That is a simple thing, okay? Again, humanity still has their head stuck in the sand. So how can humanity get out of here? First of all, spread the messages of this video. That's first of all. Okay, humanity is finally starting to wake up to the truth of this universe first. But the thing is that the problem is of course the two worldviews that are constantly clashing with each other, of course, and one will win out at the end. Are we going to let the materialism win, which has failed to explain a lot of things, including consciousness? Materialism has failed to explain everything, okay? They have failed to explain consciousness. They have failed to explain most NDEs. They have failed to explain most of this stuff. Okay? They come up with their theories, but they still cannot really explain it. Okay? They have actually tried to replicate an NDE, but most people who have had it and had these replicated versions said they're not the same. It is because humanity cannot understand and comprehend this universe. They cannot understand and comprehend this universe. Okay, so humanity will try to make explanations for the unknown, and once humanity understands the full truth and scale of the universe, okay, that the universe is an all-loving being that is also conscious, and again, consciousness is immortal. It cannot die. Okay, consciousness cannot die. Okay, it is impossible to destroy consciousness. Your consciousness has been evolving for millions and billions of years. But eventually humanity will realize that they will become a god civilization, a multiversal god civilization, a civilization that's able to master the boundaries and physics of the universe that they live in. They're able to master the boundaries and there. So yes, you have already lived forever. Those people who say they don't want to live forever, well, you will probably, if you're still stuck in this view, you'll probably come back, and you probably might have a life that's far worse than the one you live in now. Now, considering that most of the bulk of the population growth is in Africa, so you'll probably have a life far worse than this one. And that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.